I'm about to share with you a Google shopping ad which I recently came across, which does roughly $97,153 every single month just from shopping ads alone. And this Google shopping ad is actually very unique to me because it's for such a simple, boring product. And it doesn't matter whether you sell products within this niche or not, you're gonna learn a lot from this shopping ad, which you can apply to your own brand. But with that, the ad that I came across was when I was searching for the keyword plastic chair. Now, the unique thing about this brand is I did not see it within the first page of these listings or within the second page, but rather within the third page. And normally, because of the way Google Ads auctions work, you can sometimes see the ad within the first page, sometimes it might be in the second page, so on and so forth. But the ad I am referring to is this one right here, this plastic chair by the brand litfat.com. Now, right off the bat, it's pretty easy to kind of understand why this ad caught my attention. In the variety of different plastic chairs we see, this was the product that actually stood out to me. And when I did a little bit of more research into this brand, and I went on the website and I used a special Chrome extension called SimilarWeb, which lets me know a potential traffic that this brand is getting on a monthly basis, I realized they get roughly 3 to 4 million visitors every single month, and 68% of it comes from search ads alone, which is a very big number. It just lets you know the amount of traffic this brand gets from Google Ads related stuff or just Google related stuff. But let's try to understand exactly why this ad caught my attention despite it not being within the first page, despite it not being within the second page. Now, if you look across all of these different products that are coming up, all of these different product ads, we see one thing. We see plastic chairs. Some of them are different colors, some of them are different styles, and some of them are just different in terms of the overall feel and approach to them. However, despite all of this, all of these serve one purpose. They serve as a plastic chair, and their main goal is to make you sit on them. That's it. Which means there's a lot of heavy competition. You cannot just rely based on having a different style plastic chair or a different texture for a plastic chair, because at the end of the day, all of these chairs serve one major purpose. But here's when LitFat came in. It had a very simple, very straightforward plastic chair, and they turned this simple product into something that actually captures your attention and makes you want to interact with it. And what I'm referring to is the product image first and foremost. Out of this sea of white background, plain white plastic chairs, LitFat comes in with a product image that's not only on a real lifestyle background, but it also makes you feel something. It almost makes it seem as if this plastic chair is in your own home. It's in your own bedroom, and you're almost able to see how this product looks because of the white background in the back and because of the hardwood flooring here at the bottom. This just gives it a very homey feel to it, and they did this on purpose. What you want to understand is your ads for your products, they need to connect with the user in some way, shape, or form. If that means having some kind of image which showcases somebody wearing your product, which is very similar to your ideal audience, or showcasing your product in a real lifestyle background where it's almost as if it's getting used on a daily basis, similar like this product right here. However, the only issue here is it's too far off in the distance and there's too much distractions in the background, which kind of decreases the overall attention we have on the chair itself. This product does it perfectly, where all of the attention, it goes on the plastic chair. There's no other thing to distract the user. It's right off the bat this chair and then this contrasting flooring color right here. But that's kind of what captured my attention first and foremost. But that's not all, because now if we look at all of these other plastic chair brands, we can see majority of them have these kinds of unique product titles. It's very big. They have certain words in them. And don't get me wrong, the LitFat does as well, but it's very simple and it has a lot of high perceived value. What I mean by this is, if we read the title, it says contemporary style plastic dining chair, dining arm side chair for kitchen, white, one piece. Now, this keyword contemporary style, it doesn't have any SEO purpose to it, but it's put there as a way to add perceived value to the brand. It helps kind of view the brand in a greater level with a better kind of view of it, and that really helps the cause, because now this makes users want to interact with the ad. This makes users want to purchase from it. But in addition to that, they do have some other SEO keywords keywords in there such as dining chair, dining armside chair, etc. They have their main audience in mind, which is those individuals looking to buy a plastic chair for dining purposes. So you want to make sure your product titles are very relevant and very straightforward, which is what this brand did right here. But another thing which I like that they did here was, if you look at their pricing, it's $158.37. It's not $159.95. It's not $159.95. It's $158.37. It's very unique and very different. This is enough to make users kind of focus more on your product, focus more on your ads. And that's because within all of these pool of different plastic chairs, majority of them are gonna go the simple route. They're gonna have the pricing which is right off the bat something like $720 or flat out like $400. LitFat comes in here with a very unique pricing and a number that ends in an odd number. This is very important that you want to understand. Prices that end in an odd number actually have a higher CTR. There's studies done on this you can check out on Google, but this is very important to have, and LitFat does this perfectly. But if we now move on to the Google Merchant Center side of things, we see a lot of their competitors have reviews. Some have 3,000 reviews, some have barely 4 reviews, 5 reviews, etc. But LitFat, they did something very unique. They don't have any reviews at all. And you might think, hey, isn't this a bad thing? Well, the reality is this is a good thing, because they did the opposite of their competitors, where majority of the competitors decided to add a bunch of reviews in. They wanted to stand out, and the way they did this is by not having them at all. And trust me, this is also a perfect way to stand out from everybody else, because again, the main goal is to stand out and not do the same thing as most of the other brands do. But another thing which they did is added certain reviews at 60-day returns. If you look at other brands, they don't really have 60-day returns. A lot of them are 30 days, and then a lot of them are just 365 days. But LitFat, again, they want to stand out, they want it to be unique, so they just went with a 60-day return policy. And finally, to end it up, they have certain things they added in the product feed section in the back end, such as how many chairs they get, what color it is, what material, etc., so on and so forth. So really, the bulk of the work that was done here to capture the attention was done from the product image all the way down to the pricing section. This is where 90% of your users will either interact with your ads, or they will completely disregard you and just move on to your competitors. Because if you look right here, majority of these competitors blend in. Sure, there might be some product where it's because of different colors like green, or because of different styles like this blue one, your attention might go to them, but in reality, it's really not going to make a dent within your memory. You're not going to remember this ad forever. And one thing you want to understand is those ads which stay in your mind, which stay in your heart forever, are the ads which work the most and are the ads which scale the most. But this is kind of the strategy and approach we follow for the brands we scale under my Google Ads agency, Your Marketing, which, by the way, if you run a brand doing $50,000 or more per month in revenue or more, and you want to scale to the next level with Google Ads, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com and schedule a free call with me to see essentially how we can work together and make that happen. But check out this case study I did here of a brand which we applied similar tactics like this brand did right here to scale it to multi-7 figures.